all just to try to make somebody happy. And it was systematically, I felt like I was being pushed out of my house. And got to the point where I just said, that's it, this is the end. And ended everything because of that.
So let me backpedal that a little bit to, in that process of, oh, and here's another thing that's shown up, and here's my furniture being removed and her stuff coming in. There were moments along the way before it was the big, hey, you need to get out of my house kind of thing, and you broke it off.
Yeah.
There were moments where you felt,
Yeah, taking advantage of and just, being used or being emasculated.
did this make you hot to have sex with her?
Not really.
Alright, that's what I'm getting at. Who else has a story?
There was a time where when I was dating, I turned my apartment key over to her. It was going to be an exchange. We both had dogs, and we had different schedules, and just to make it a little bit more convenient. Well, I never received her key, but she got mine, and I had no idea if, in fact, how often she came to my apartment when I was not there. But over a couple of weeks, she would make subtle hints or make comments about, so you like women with big breasts. So, and she was a small girl. I said, no, not necessarily. And then she brought up,
The Jugs magazine?
yeah.
Hey.
Anyway, she brought up a series of things that made me extremely suspicious, because I'm thinking, what's creating this? And so I took the time out, because there's a lot of things I had at the time that, based on moves and going through divorce and everything else, I just hadn't had a chance to go through all my stuff. So I started going through some of my containers that I had that were readily available. I started digging through it, and I'm pulling up these, pictures of, my wife or old girlfriends that I was pretty much unaware that I had.
Mm-hmm.
And what it really came down to is she snooped through everything, absolutely everything, and she was just sort of maintaining that picture in her mind.
Oh, yeah.
And I finally confronted her on it. I said, I have no issue with you having access to my apartment. I have a question for you though. Have you gone through a lot of my personal things? And she denied it. I could tell.
Yeah.
So she eventually admitted it, that she went through every crack and crevice of my entire apartment. So that was a huge turnoff for me.
Okay. Getting a common theme here. Only 2 stories deep. Anybody have? We'll take one more.
Rather than a specific incident, just something in general. My wife will get upset, will get angry, sometimes very easily. And when she gets mad, that really gets me pissed. And I know that doesn't help, but then we end up, it ends up with me saying, let's just quit arguing about arguing, okay? And walk away, forget it, come back when things calm down, because that when she gets angry like that, that just gets me really angry too. So there's no need to blow up over this nothing thing.
All right.
And then my reaction is stronger than it should be, and I get pissed, and I'm pissed because she's pissed, and now I'm pissed, and so
you're not
pissed
feeling
and being
very
pissed.
turned on.
No, that doesn't turn me on.
It turns you off.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting the common theme here. I felt pushed out, disregarded, emasculated, disrespected, lied to, violated. So what was really turning you on? Her behavior? Or how you felt about how you handled it?
For me personally, I think it was, I was upset. I think I handled it reasonably well. I just couldn't get over the fact that it was so deceiving. I knew it was there. All she had to do was admit to it, and it was disturbing to me why she protected that so. Even though my reaction to it, I felt was reasonable. I didn't go off the handle. I didn't blow up at all. I was just curious to why
you might have handled it well, but, let me just suggest and put out there, when we are interacting with people that aren't behaving on the same playing field as us, our expectation is you're going to be fair and honest on this, because I am, and then they violate that, you really will kick yourself that you used poor judgment. How did I end up with this? How did this happen? I trusted her, and this is somebody I shouldn't have trusted, obviously. So ultimately, it all comes back to yourself, thank goodness, because you can do something about that. You're not going to change her. You got to the bottom of it. You got rid of her. You're hanging in, getting escalated all over the place. So, yeah.
I think there's a fine line between women suddenly emasculating men all the time, every day, tested. They test you, but I think a lot of times women can go through emasculation, not even realize it. Something they said, and we don't catch it.
It only emasculates you if you don't see it as a test. If you recognize it as her insecurities and her cry for love and her being a little girl, and you check her in that moment, you don't lose any of your personal power at all. And that's what I hear going on here, a loss of personal power. What a man thrive on? A strong sense